we fear for our children,
Yeah.
in a sense of, the way they live versus the way we live,
Yeah.
and the way I watch my mother and father work with their hands, and they have not seen that, right?
Yeah.
They just assume we have this.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts for your children to because you've created this,
Yeah.
all the hustle
Yeah.
required. What are your thoughts for your kids? They're hitting an age. You have to be looking at them like, how am I going to teach them the value of hard work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think about that.
You don't? I freak out all the time.
I think that's a paradigm that you're putting on yourself that's dangerous.
Really?
Because you're different. You are who you are. They're who they look at as what's possible. You've got to give them the tools and the understanding of like, this is the process to make something like this possible. But ultimately, you want to make your version of this. Me and your mother are extremely happy, and we found success in our own sort of way that we really enjoy, that allowed us to live this life. You want to make your version of this. I just don't, I don't prescribe to like you needing any sort of, to be like I was type of thing, because I don't think it's attainable. I'm just trying to give you the continuous skills. So the only thing that I instill in them deeply is that life's greatest gift is learning. And you can learn anything. And you just want to, and learning isn't what you learn in school. It's like you just learn to put together this Lego. You just learn to put your seatbelt on yourself. You just learn to fix the toilet by yourself. That's learning and growing. That's what life's about. You can decide what you want to learn and learn anything. And you want to learn things that are ultimately served to make you happier in life, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, because it's extreme, in the way that I live with these kids, and sort of then even in the world that we live in here, it's I'm not like going to try to even put them in a position of like, oh, you got to be normal. I'm like, you've entered the world on a different level. I'm going to try to do my best to instill the core values that I believe will lead you to a happy life, and then help you get better and better at developing those skills. And then you apply them to whatever level life that you want. And I don't have any fear like that. My kids are going to be spoiled to the point where they don't like going to airports like their dad doesn't go to airports. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think like that's going to be, a thing. Like and to me, I see it in really wealthy people that have amazing kids that thought from that way, versus like really wealthy people that try to hide how wealthy they actually are, and then try to like instill like you've got to try to be like me. And your kid gets smart enough, he knows that like you're wealthy and what it is, and then it just creates this disconnect. Like, I want to start teaching my kids about money now, because I didn't get taught about money, and despite making money, it created a big problem in my existence, and like not being healthy. Like, my parents are never healthy. Like, I'm all of these things that I want to instill in them from a core value perspective. Then I will be there the entire step of the way, spend the majority of time with my wife and family, and I always will.
Yep.
And be a part of like shaping and helping them, grow into fulfilled human beings, and then making sure to protect them from, the outside forces that could potentially damage those core belief systems. Because what happened for me that I got lucky is I took risks at a young age by myself and found success, which then built the belief system in me that I could do anything, rather than, a lot of the things that I tried at a young age, that if it wouldn't have worked out, of what it would have done to my self-belief, which ultimately laid the foundation for the success I've had,